other code, you will be showing presenting the current the code that I have given itself. Is that it?
No, we were planning like that wrong boxes will be coming. No, that code we were planning to show.
Actually, that's happening in the current notebook itself, right?
Yeah, that image is there. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that is enough, right?
Yeah, that's enough.
Okay. So if that is enough, so 1 second. Okay. Yeah. You did the line by line explanation of that code.
Yes.
Okay. 1 second. Let me open it. By the way, do you need to open it in your Jupyter notebooks, or will you show it in the Colab itself? Hello.
Sir, Jupyter is there, so we will show it in Jupyter only.
Okay, you can show it in the Jupyter notebooks, but if you try to execute it, it will take so much time. Okay, I'm just telling ahead. Okay.
Anything is fine, sir. We will show it in collab also, no problem. But
Yeah,
sir will
fine.
ask about that. We have to tell about that also.
Why you are using Colab?
Yeah.
Yeah, the reason for using Colab is you can execute the same code in your laptop also, but the problem is executing each of these command will take so much time. Okay, so much means that training part, right? It will take about more than 9 hours. Okay, so if you are going to execute in your laptop, but if you are doing it in Colab, it will take only 1 hour for training because from the by using Colab, we can avail cloud GPU or cloud servers, etc. So the code will be executing from your browser, but it will get executed from the server, and then you will get the response. In that way, you will get the output very fastly. That's why you are using Colab. Fine.
Okay, sir.
You can also tell like you try to execute basic other neural networks like tutorials from the internet, but it was taking so much time. So you asked with your seniors what to do. So like the seniors you knows, so they told to use Colab.
Okay.
So okay, I will present now. 1 second. Let me load the notebook. Hmm. Okay, you do one thing. Uh, one of you guys open the lab, press on the screen and open in your account, and I will show it, because in that way you can directly execute and get the result. If I am showing, then you will not be you will be only seeing how to do it, but you will not get the enough idea. So any one of you guys, please open the screen and open the Colab.
Yeah, it's
Okay. So yeah, go to top. Go to topmost. Okay. So I will tell this line by line. Record it or note it down if you want. Hmm. Okay. So you can see the first line is git clone. Okay.
sir. This code only we have.
Yeah. Hello.
Sir, this complete code is of no need, right?
But actually, this is not the complete code. I will tell you, there are actually two set of code. Okay. The first set is for training the neural network. The second set is for using the weight file and creating the application. Okay. So in the first script, you will be creating the weight file. Okay. So and in the second step only, you will be loading the weight file and making it into an application. This is only the first script. You are still trying to figure out the second script.
But sir, I think if you're showing like this only, he might get out.
As I told, I will give you the means 3 to 4 notebook files. You can tell that is reference from this one. Because if you want half of this, then there is nothing. Like actually, there is nothing for you to show. That's the problem. You can tell them like this is there are two available scripts. Sorry, you have to create two programs. The first program is for creating the neural network and getting the weight file. So the second script is for using the weight file and creating the application. On the first script, you haven't even completed the first script. And if he is getting this doubt, I will give you the source of this notebook, and you can tell you copied from that notebook and you modified it according to the tutorial.
Okay, sir. Then can you just give those things?
Skip what?
Those source of this.
You need to show it. You
Yeah.
need to get it now.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do one thing. I will this one. I will I have yesterday. I think I had given one YouTube video, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I will share one more YouTube video. One second.
Okay, sir.
label image repository right here. I'll link it down.
Okay, I have this one video now. Okay, I have given in the WhatsApp group. You can tell that you exactly tried to follow the same tutorial because this notebook is based on this tutorial only. The last one. So you can tell you exactly followed that video and you try to do just like they told in the video. And the next thing is yeah, from the video description, in the video description itself, there is the link for a notebook file. I will share in the group. Okay. Yeah. This tutorial, these links that I have given now in the WhatsApp group, it contains all the information. So you can, I will explain it now, but you can also tell to the your lecturers like you followed these blog posts. So let me complete the sharing. Okay, there is one more file I can show. Give that. Yeah. So I have shared all the files. Sorry, all the links. The last link is the link of a notebook file. Okay, you can also show that like you download it from internet and you modified it according to the tutorial, the video tutorial. Fine.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now you need the explanation like for code. So the first line, right? Git clone. Okay. Okay.
Yes,
That command is Okay. That command is used for downloading files from a GitHub repository. If you go to that link, open that link, the https github.com. Open it in a new tab. Only copy the link https. I think you yeah, open it. Got it. Open it. Yeah, you see, right? This is a bunch of files. Okay, This is created by the author from that video. I have shared you the video. So the same person created this repository, created these files. Okay. Okay. This file is actually the YOLO architecture. Okay. So now go back to the Colab notebook. Okay. So when you put git clone, okay, this command will download these files, the GitHub files. Understood? In the GitHub, it is like the code is uploaded in internet. So when you put git clone, it will download these files to your Colab notebook. Is it fine? You execute it and
Yes, sir.
execute it. Run anyway. Okay, now open the leftmost file, like not file button below. Go to the leftmost sidebar. Leftmost. Yeah, a little down. Yeah, click on that. Click on the YOLO V5. You see all the files in that repository. In the previous repository I have shown, all the files has been downloaded to your Google Notebook. Understood? It's because you give that command git clone the GitHub repository. Is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So the second command is cd. Okay. cd is for cd is a Linux command. It is used for changing the directory. Okay. The if you go back, you see go by click on the double dot in the upside. You see the double dot above the sample data. Above the sample data. Yeah, like the left in the left pan. In the left pan. Yeah, above the sample data. Yeah, click on it. You can see there are many other files also. Okay, these files it is Colab files. It is not required. Okay, so the previous cd command is used to go to your folder. These are all different folders. Okay, you don't need to work on these folders. You only need to work in your YOLO folder. So the previous command, right, cd, it is used to change the directory to your folder. Understood? So that all the rest of the things happening, all the files saved, it will be on your YOLO folder. Is that fine? Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
go back to top. Hello. Yeah. So yeah, the second command, pip install QR requirements. Okay. Yeah. Pip install QR requirements. Yeah, in the left pan, go back to that left pan and click on the bin. Click on bin in the left pan. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, click on the in the left pan, click on the bin button. Yeah, now go to
Sir,
content.
this is bin, no?
Huh? This is, yeah, go to content, click on content. Excuse me. I think George. Yeah, nothing. Yeah, you like yeah. Go back to the content below. Scroll below. Scroll below. Scroll below. Yeah, content. Click on YOLO Wi-Fi. Yeah. You see there is a file called requirement.txt. Okay. Did you saw? Yeah, you don't need to click on it. I'm just telling. So the next command, right? The next command is pip install requirements.txt. Right? What will this command will do is like the requirements file contains many libraries that is used for object detection. Like there are many dependency libraries, Python libraries required. So you don't need to execute all of them one by one. Instead, you can put all the libraries in the requirements file, and if you give it like pip install requirements.txt, it will automatically download all the libraries. Understood? You need to right click and download. Yeah, right click and download it. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, you downloaded it. Yeah, okay. You see, these are all different libraries. There are many libraries, right? So if you are going to install it one by one, it will take so much time, and you need to execute a lot of commands, right? Like you have to give pip install matplotlib, pip install numpy, pip install opencv, pip install pillow. So you have to give all these commands separate. So instead, what they done is like you will be giving listing all the libraries in the requirement file. Then you will be saving it, close it, and then you will be giving pip install -qr requirements.txt. What happens is that all the libraries that is listed in that file, everything will be installed together. Is that fine? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So the thing is actually you don't need to download all of them separate. or everything will be downloaded together. Okay. So now next command is import torch. Okay. Torch is a like a framework for creating neural networks. I have already told about it. It is created by Facebook, and yeah, that's all you need to know about Torch. Now, yes, yeah, we can use it. Import Torch. Yeah, you can show that requirements .txt file, and you can tell them these are the libraries you are currently using. Okay, yeah, click on now execute the code. Yeah, yeah, this one IPython is used for displaying images. Okay, IPython dot display. It is used for displaying graphics and images in the notebook. And utils.google.utils, it's used for Google Drive. Currently, we are not using Google Drive because we haven't completed our code yet. So yeah, we are importing these libraries. Okay. Yeah. Now the next is, yeah. Now go below. That cell is also fine, right?
Sir, what about this G drive download?
Yeah, that is what I told you. That is required only actually that is used for Google Drive. Once you create your weight files, right, you can save it in the Google Drive. Okay, but currently in this notebook you are not doing it because your code is not complete.
Okay.
Yeah, for future purpose. Once you are getting the weight file, you need to you can save it in the your Google Drive. That's why you need that library. But currently you haven't completed your program, so you are not using your that thing. It's just only loading.
Sir, after running this code, we are just importing the libraries, no, sir?
Yes,
Okay, sir.
as I told, Torch is used for creating neural networks. IPython is used for displaying the images, and the G Drive download is used for yeah, interacting with Google Drive. And now the so can we go to the next line?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So next is cd/content. I have already told what cd is used for. It is used for changing the current directory. And there is okay. And after that is curl -l link and then roboflow.zip and so unzip roboflow.zip. Okay, I will tell this one by one. Okay, the curl command is used for downloading files. Okay, so previously we used the git command, and now we are using curl command. The reason is the git command will only download from the GitHub website, not from any other website. At the top, you downloaded the repository from the files from the GitHub, right? Using git clone. The git command is useful only for downloading from GitHub repositories. Sorry, GitHub website. Okay. For any other website, you need the curl command. Understand? Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Coming back to content directory. Yeah. The curl command is used for downloading files. If you give curl minus L and if you give some link, it will download that file. Okay. This is the same command link I have given you yesterday. It is for downloading the dataset. Okay. Now you are giving the link for the dataset, and if you are giving the curl command, that means it will download the dataset from that link. If you, I think, yeah, you can. You just copy that link and paste it in the browser.
So that code is yesterday you sent, which we have downloaded data sets.
Yeah, the same link. It's the same link.
This one only.
Yeah, go to train.
Hello.
Yeah, go to train. Images. Yeah, so these are different fruit images you have taken off dataset. Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, okay. Yeah, go back to train. Go back. Go to labels. Okay. Open any one of the files. Close it, like open all the files. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, you can put it. Actually, like George, they will not understand how this values comes, but I will explain it. Wait, please close it. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, close this text file. Yeah, coordinates. But okay, these are the coordinates. But George, these are not raw coordinates. These are calculated ones. I will tell you. One, wait. Actually, now I will tell you what is test, train, and valid. Okay. Close the file and go back to the starting folder. Yeah, yeah. Test, train, and valid. Okay. The thing is that as I have already told you in the previous meeting, I have already told you, if we suppose we have 1,000 data sets, okay, we'll be splitting the data set like test, train, and valid. Okay, test data set. Okay, the train data set will be, suppose you have the 1,000 data set. Then the train data will contain 600 images. Test data will contain 200 images. Valid data will contain 200 images. Like that way, we'll be splitting. There is no specific measurement how to split. It's your choice. It's our choice. If we want to give train 800 images, and if you want to give 100 images for both the test and valid, that's also fine. It's just our choice. At what ratio we need to split. Okay. So that the train data set is used for training the model, and the test and valid data set is used for checking the accuracy. Okay.
the I mean like yeah, why it is required splitting is that I have already told about overfitting. Overfitting means you when the training data it will go show you full accuracy, but in the testing or valid data it will show you zero accuracy. So you need to check whether is there overfitting or not. If you are using all the images in the training data set, then how can you check the overfitting problem? It's not possible. Okay, suppose you have 5,000 images. If you are putting all the images for training the neural network, then you cannot test the neural network and you cannot understand whether it is overfitting or not. That's why we are initially splitting the data set into test, train, and valid. That's what I told. The ratio is our choice. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That should never happen. Every time training data set should be more because you see the neural network needs a lot of data. Okay, if you have 1,000 images, if you are giving all the 1,000 images in the training, that's good actually for neural network. But then we will not have any image to test. So that's why we are keeping a small amount of data for testing, and all rest data for training. If you are having a huge data set, suppose you have 1 million or such data or 1 lakh images, you can give about 50 percentage to training and 50% for testing. That's fine because the neural network has enough images. But when you are working on very small data set, that is about 500, 200, etc. Okay, in that case, you need to allot maximum images to the training and a small amount of data to the testing. Yeah, the test data set is actually again split into test and valid. Okay, the reason is okay. There is a additional overfitting problem. That is, even in the test data set, it will show you good accuracy. But when it comes to valid data set, it will give you bad accuracy. Sorry, even in the test data set, it will give you good accuracy. But when it comes to real life deployment, the neural network will bad accuracy. That is, the problem is it will give good accuracy in the training data set. It will give good accuracy in the testing data set also, but it will give bad accuracy in the real life images. Okay, that's why we are again using splitting it into valid images. We are doing 2-time testing. Okay, understood?
So, sir, training data set should be more than compared to testing, right?
Yes.
But is there any rule for testing and valid? We can give any number of data, right?
Yeah, we can give any number of data, but but what happens is that suppose you give only 3 to 4 images in the valid data. Okay, because consider that you give only 3 to 4 images. Suppose maybe for that 3 to 4 images, the neural network will converge. It will again give bad accuracy in the real world. That happens. There is a technical explanation for that. That is, I think, that is not required. Anyway, that will happen. So we will give equal amount of data in the test and valid. Or comparatively, suppose if the test data set is 10%, then 5% will be allotted for valid. You just need to make sure that there is enough number of data for valid. It is not a specific number. If you have a huge data set, then any number will be fine. Very huge data set. But if you have very small data set, just make it into training into 80%, testing into 10%, and valid into 10%, so that all the folders will have enough files.
Yes, sir.
Okay, in the real life situations, the like the values they will be taking in 65% for training data set. Okay, like if you go for most of the tutorials, they will be splitting it into 65, then 25, then 10. But we are not doing it because we have a very small limited data set. In the tutorials they are telling in internet, they will be using huge data set and 8,000 images. But in our case, we currently have only 400 to 300, 400 images. Yeah, yeah. All the folders contain the similar structure. It will have images and labels. The images will contain all the images, okay, and the labels will contain the location of the images, okay. So that's one. Yeah, Apple one. Okay, here you can see the coordinate is given as 0, 0. Okay, even though the image is about even if it's very big image, the coordinates is given as 0, 0. That is because actually there is an equation applied. Based on that equation, the like change. You don't need to worry about that because the neural network can understand that. This equation is created according to the neural network. So the coordinate values will change according to the neural network. Sorry, according to the equation. But it will get but the neural network will learn it. No problem. Equation like all these things is happening in the RoboFlow. The RoboFlow. Yesterday when I showed you download link, at the last moment there was a option for selecting which neural network you are using. Okay, so that option is because according to the neural network, a different equation will be applied and the coordinates values will be changed. In that section, if you are using FRCNN, then the website then they will use another equation be transformed to another format. If you are since you are using like as I told, it's all just a part of like there are many technical explanations regarding the equations and all. That's why I am not going it. You can directly tell in the website you selected PyTorch, so it will be automatically transferred. Yeah. Yeah. Um, the thing is, I think the first this one, right? 0. Please open one more text file. Then I will tell you. I think 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, there's only 4 your coordinates, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Understood. Yeah. The first 0, right? It's used for group. Okay. In the neural network, there is nothing called group apple, group mango, group banana. In the neural network, it is group 0, group 1, group 2, group 3, etc. Okay. So group 0 in our data set, group 0 means a group 0 means it is apple. If we give 1, then neural network will take it as banana. If we give 2, it will be taken as grape, like that, etc. So not grape, orange. Understood, right? So the first value is about This one. It is the group number to which group the object belongs. And the rest four values is the coordinate values: x min, x max, y min, y max. Coordinate values.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, fine. Yeah. The reason we are not giving it as apple or banana is just like I told. We cannot feed text into the neural network. We can only feed numbers. Okay. We cannot directly put apple and feed it into the neural network because that's a text. But we can only feed numerical values or floating values, decimal values. That's why we are giving numbers to groups, and then that number is represented in the label. Yeah, let's close it and go back. And next, yeah, yeah. I told you the curl command is used for downloading the dataset. Okay, so there is an arrow mark, and after the arrow mark, it will be just written as roboflow.zip. This is actually what is the name given for the file. Suppose you are downloading a file, you are downloading it from internet, but in what name it should be saved? Okay, so it will be saved as roboflow.zip. Then we will give the, and then we are giving the unzip command. Unzip command is because we need it is in zip format, and just like we unzip files in our website, this command will unzip in the our Colab notebook. Then we are giving the rm button, rm. Okay, rm means remove. Rm is for deleting files. Okay, that is given because once we unzip the files and we got the data set, we don't need the zip file again. We can remove it. Yeah. Yeah. It is yeah, it is extracting. It is unzipping now. Yeah, it's completed. Yeah, means go back to the data file manager left pan. Click on YOLO file. Yeah, go back. Go. Click on the bin and turn it off. Yeah, bin. Yeah. So now you see, right? There is a test, train, and valid. Above, a little above. Go above. Yeah. Test, train, and valid. These are the same folders that we have seen in your lab, in your PC, sorry, in your file manager. If you click on it, you can open it. But since the folders are okay, yeah, open it. Yeah, images. Open it. Yeah, there is all these files. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We are, yeah, in that. We are downloading the data set, then we are unzipping the data set, then we are removing the original zip file. Yeah, yeah, all these files. Yeah, yeah. Now,
Yes, sir. That roboflow.zip is a random name or what? This
it's a
roboflow
random name. It's a
random
random
name.
name, but you have to give it as .zip in format. If you're giving it is ABC, then you have to give ABC.zip. Then
So
we are,
any name we can use, sir.
yeah, any name we can use.
Okay.
But you have to give the same name in unzip and in RM also. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, go below. And it should be in zip format itself. Okay, yeah. Go below. Go below.
Yes, sir. I got network issue.
Yeah, continue. Yeah. Now the cat command. Yeah. The cat command is used like it is used for getting the displaying the data inside a text file or any YAML file. The cat command. Okay. Yeah. Because as I told, I hope you remember, George, that day when I and you executed it in our collab, it was executing correctly, but in when they were executing it, they were having some issues, right? So that's why I gave it as that one more time CD. I didn't understand why it's happening in their collab. Anyway, it's not an issue. We are again changing the directory to content. Yeah, yeah. This data.yml file is a configuration file. Okay, it's automatically downloaded when you download the YOLO architecture from the GitHub. At the first step, we downloaded the GitHub file from the GitHub website. So along with that, there comes a data.yml file. Okay, now this file contains the number of uh, classes and name of each class. Okay, so you can see the apple, banana, orange, etc. Right? So this order is very important. Like order, like first comes apple, then comes banana, then comes orange. The reason is because just like I told in the previous in that text file, 0 is represented as apple, when 1 is represented as banana, 2 is represented as orange. If you are changing it here, then you need to change it in all the labels also.
Sir, can you please tell me why cat command is used?
Cat command is used because you don't like if you need to see the contents of the file, that's why cat is used. Like you don't need to download the data.yml and you don't need to check in the download and see. Instead, you can directly see it in the collab itself, the contents of the file. Yeah, printing. Yeah, exactly. Printing or displaying the contents of the file. Valid path. And then NC. NC is number of classes. And each class means class means group. Okay. in the machine learning we tell it as class, don't tell it as group. So number of classes is equal to 3 and the name of each class, apple, banana, orange.
Hello, sir. So the here index value starts from 0, like apple is in 0 position, like that.
Yeah,
Okay, classes are 3, index starts from 0.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, they have to add more. They have to add more. And the order is also very important. You cannot add it very simply. You have to, if you are giving the like a group, then you have to give the same group in the label files also. But for the now, the RoboFlow will automatically order it. No problem, because we are downloading it for RoboFlow, right? They will itself have already ordered it.
No, nothing.
So yeah, the next is import YAML. Execute that command.
It's executing. Yeah, the next command also, next page also execute it. There is no, yeah, just go to that cell, hover over the bracket. Yeah, there is a square button, right? Click on it. No, yeah, there comes. Not there. Go below the next cell. Yeah, exactly. No, yeah, no. Let's go to the below. This one. Click on it. Yeah, that is used actually for parsing the YAML file. It's just like you say. So consider that you the now the data set contains means sorry, the previous data.yml file, right? It contains the many data. So like you can either now you need to get the number of classes, because you need to take that number of classes and you have to put it in the model configuration file. That is the upcoming part, model configuration file. So first you need to take that value from the data.yml file. That's why you're using it. The reason why we are instead you can also give num classes is equal to 3. Like instead instead of writing these 3 lines, you can directly give num classes is equal to 3. That will also work for the current data set, but if you are going to the future data set, like there will be 5 to 6 commands, 5 to 6 groups, you need to edit it all the time, right? You have to change the number of classes all the time. So to avoid that, we are using this command, num classes equal to str yaml safe load stream nc. What will happen is that in the previous file there is nc command and there is a value 3. So this value will be taken, and now the num classes value will be 3. Yeah, yes, go upside, go upside. Yeah. You see the NC is equal NC double dot 3, right? So what will it does is that, so the so the below command, what does it does is that it will open that file, then it will extract the NC value, then it will give that value to the num class variable. Fine, George. So yeah, the next command is cat command for displaying the contents of a file. So now this file, now the current this one data YOLO fibers.yml, it contains a model configuration. Okay. Yeah, we are not printing anything, and we are using the cat command as I told to display it. It is just to print the contents of this file. Okay. So now this file YOLO fibers.yml, this file contains all the advanced things related to the YOLO architecture. Okay, you don't need to check anything about it, but you have to, there is something you need to change. That is, you see the first value NC is equal to 80, right? NC is equal to 80. That is default value. Now we need to modify it. Okay, by default the value will be 80, but in our data set it's just only 3. So that is the only thing that you need to change. There is nothing else to change. So go below the next next line. Yeah, there is nothing. It's just printing. So you click on it. Click to the next cell, next cell, next cell, next cell. Go down. Don't skip any cell because it's a step-by-step process. Yeah. Now we defined a function to write the file, write it. Okay. It's a function for writing writing the data your the previous file, right? NC is equal to 80. We need to modify it. So we created a function for that. Now we will be using that function, write template function, and we will be clicking it. Click on it and click the below cell also. Yeah. Now go below. Go below. Go below. Okay. Yeah. So currently now we have modified it, but in this command, like in this notebook, we are not printing it again after modifying. If you need to see that, you can go to the that specified file. You can download it, and you can see the number of classes will be changed to 3. You don't modify anything, because if they modify and if something breaks, then it will be difficult to configure. Go back. Sure, go little. Do you need to open that file?
Hello, sir. Sir, I didn't understand where it is changed. NC 82.
Okay, open the go to the path that is mentioned. YOLO v5. Open YOLO v5. YOLO v5 in the file manager in the left panel.
This one.
Yeah, YOLO. You click on the YOLO v5. The models. Click on models.
Yes, sir.
Not experimental. You have to download the wrong file. You can download the custom YOLO Wi-Fi website. Yeah, you can see the first value NC is 33. Okay. Yeah, the NC will be 80. That is printed in the. Yeah, pause it. Then continue.
Sir, why it is giving random value first?
That is configured according to some other dataset. Okay, they have trained it for some other dataset, but we have to train it for our dataset. So for their dataset, we don't know which is the dataset they have taken, but for that dataset, it's 80.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go down. Yeah, now that last part, training command. Okay. So for training, I think you can understand from this itself. We will be giving the epoch value, batch value, and like a configuration file. Mention the configuration file, and it will be directly executed. Here, I think whatever I have told is already told. What is epoch? What is batch?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So there is, you see the Python train.py. Okay, that's a Python file for training the neural network. That train.py is in your file manager. If you go back, go back in the left one. No, not that. No, yeah. Yeah. Go back means click on the model. Click on the model.
So it is in model only.
Click on it because so that we can turn it off. Yeah. So you see the train.py below. Okay.
Yes, sir.
The Python script for training the neural network. It's all as I told. You don't need to change anything in that. You just need to execute it. You need to execute it with the given parameters. And that's all the much. The IMG 416 means um, the IMG 416 means the trained data set will have images of multiple dimensions. Sometimes it will be very large, sometimes it will be very small, etc. So whatever it is, it will be changed to dimension of 416 into 416, height and width of 416. It will be resized because the neural network needs a fixed image size. It cannot work on different type of different size. In our training data, the images is of 416 into 416. Now that's it. I told. Reporters also I told. Data is for mentioning the dataset file, and CFG is for mentioning the configuration file. These are all things that we have edited previously. It's a like it's from the GitHub repository. It's created by the YOLO. It's it's a built-in script. We don't need to change it.
So, sir, 412 means size of the image. No?
Yeah,
All the images will becomes into same size.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, because the because the
So,
neural
what happens if it is not in same size?
the neural network need to have everything in same file, same size, or else it will break. It needs to be in a fixed size. The code will achieve it, but it will give some error. Like the images are not in same dimension. I think some error will be given.
Is there any if it is more than 1,000 like that and all?
Yeah, there is a problem. If the dimension is too high, then it will take too much. Then that's good. But problem is it will take too much time. Okay, like the exponential time, it will be too high. Like we will not be able to train it within the 3 to 4 days. It will if you're giving it about 1,000. If you're giving it is like 80, 50 or such a small value, the image clarity will be too less. So the neural network will not be able to learn.
Sir, what is that batch 16?
I have already told about it. Batch 16 means how many images need to be trained together. Like in one epoch, how much images should be taken. So currently in one epoch, 16 images will be taken. Sorry, not epoch. I will tell you one thing. There's a technical term for that. It's a very long. You will not understand it. Just understand it shortly. Like if you have very high hardware, you can give it as 128, 32, etc. If you are having very low hardware, you need to give 16, 32, etc. Then the rest of the things is the name. The name is the where we need to save the weight file. So after the training, it will be saved to YOLO 5S results folder. Not 1 second. Name is the name of the result. That's it. Everything is mentioned in the this one itself. Itself. And yeah, when you execute it, you will not be able to execute it now because the training time is about 2 hours. I think in your laptop. Yeah, so now I think it will not take even 1 hour. Only 20 minutes maybe. If you are using Colab. Yeah. Next step is it's a tensor board. It's used for seeing the graph, like the evaluate the our current neural network. Yeah. But for that you need to complete the training. Before completing the training, you will not be able to get it.
So today we can't show this in front of sir, no?
Yeah, you
Like
can show.
result.
You can show. You can execute till the training part, and you can even show that training, like the training is happening. But you have to tell them it will take time. Yeah, but now it's executing very fastly. So it's executing 34, 36. Yeah, it's executing fastly. It will happen within 5 to 10 minutes, I think. George, um, can we make it fast? Because yeah, I will explain the rest, let them execute, and then see get the result. I have to go to office. Yeah, go below. Yeah, the tensor board, it will contain all the graph. Go below. Yeah, tensor board. It's a built-in function. There is nothing we need to do. It will everything will happen automatically. The graphs will be generated automatically. The graphs will be displayed automatically. Everything is automatic.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. But George, I told you weight file. I have explained everything in the last meeting exactly. Like what is weight file, what is everything I have explained. Like it's the saving the weight values. After the training, we need to save the values, and it contains the values. Yeah, the weight file.
Scroll up. Yes, sir.
It's in the run range. YOLO V5 result. Last dot PT. That's what. Um, go above. YOLO V5 for run range. YOLO V5 with results. Wait. Click on the weights file. There's one more folder. Weights. Click on the weights.
Yes, sir. It is there.
Yeah. Yeah.
This one.
Click on it. What is it telling?
This one.
No such file. Results.png. Wow.
It came, sir.
Okay.
This graph.
Yeah. So these are different graphs. You don't understand what is graph. Just tell it like that because we're telling about all these things. It's a too much technical things, and you just know that the MAP should be increased. There's a value called MAP in the beginning. It should be increased. Yeah, MAP graph. This one. Yeah. We should. That is the average. That is the average. Sorry, not average. Um, yes, that's it. Because the thing is too much technical. You need to understand what is loss value, what is object loss. You need there is a lot of things to understand. Just tell them that they are this it's like this only. The MAP is the value you need as the accuracy. Yeah.
Sir, what's the accuracy of this project?
Currently, it's giving good. Currently, it's overfitting. Means it's good accuracy in the training set, but it's not very bad accuracy in the testing set. Yeah. Then it will be full accurate. Yeah. Go below.
Sir, if the accuracy is good, how will we get to know that?
That's what I'm telling. That's what on overfitting is. Means the I will show you below. Go below. That's what the overfitting problem is. Means it will show you good accuracy, but actually there will be no good accuracy. That's the overfitting problem. Now currently you are showing it good accuracy because it's too high, but it will not work. That's how overfitting happens. That's why we are splitting it into the testing set. Yeah, you continue it. I will show you first.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can see this is the training data set. It's executing exactly very well. But go down. Go down. Yeah. Yeah. This is also a training data set. Yeah, go below. No, this is also from training. This is also from training. This is also from training. Yeah, go below.
For the research data, children are born as children are born as sons and daughters of life belonging in the forest selva. Daughters of life belonging in the forest life belongs to produce and all the children belongs to produce and carry the planet for children living servant we carry the planet for the babies
Yeah, below. Yeah, it's just simply printing the data. Wait, sorry. So now we are detecting it on the test data. Okay. Go below. Go below. Go below. Yeah, you can see this is the test data set. You can see nothing is happening. There is no proper detection happening. Right? There is a banana, but it's not showing us. There are many apples, but only some apples are showing. Yeah, that is not accurate. That is the overfitting problem. That's why we are using the splitting the dataset, because in previously in the training dataset it showed very good accuracy, extreme accuracy, but in the testing dataset it was worst. This is the overfitting problem. Means the neural network will show it's very good, it's very accurate, but actually it is not accurate. Yeah. Yeah, everything is out till now.
Sir, if sir asks us how will you overcome from overfitting problem, then what should we answer?
By increasing the number of data set, by you will now the data set is too small. You need to increase it to about 100 etc. Again to thousands etc. You are searching for data set, but you are not getting good data set. You will find a good data set and you will again retrain it till you solve the overfitting problem.
Sir, how many data sets are there now?
Currently, it's just 300, 400, etc. Sometimes the neural network will actually work in 300 data set and all. But in our case, it's not possible. It depends upon the data set, how much data set we need. For some data set, it will easily happen in 100 images. For some data set, we might need 5,000 images. It's not we cannot decide it priorly. We can decide it only after training. Yeah. George, I have to leave for the office. So if you have there any doubt, let them ask in the group. Okay.
I think no. It's fine, I guess. Why show? Any more doubts?
No, sir. No.
Yeah, fine.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay. He won't be getting doubt, right? Like showing so much. No, he won't be having any doubt no whether we people only did this or what. Because we are showing almost 50% of the code, right? Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay, let us show this today and let's see what Heba sir tells. I think he'll be obviously telling some changes. Mm, mm, okay. Okay. And Okay, after the presentation, we'll text you. Okay. Anything else? Everyone went. Everyone are there. Maishu, Shreya, Kritika.
Yes, yes.
No.
Yes.
You allow. Why do you have, why do you have a,
Okay. Then. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.